Hi guys, I am Tori Rieger. I am a fellow baby stepper, and I got the pleasure of going last week to convention with so many of you. And so I just wanted to kind of share some things that I learned and some takeaways that I had with you guys so that hopefully you guys can all be there next year and enjoy it. We can all enjoy it together. So some of my convention reflections, I will try not to stare at my notes this whole time, but I have so many fun things to share, and so I wanted to write it all down. I'm a planner, so I have to do it that way. But some of my reflections, I'll just kind of start with my team. I have about like 8 or 9 first level builders on my team, and but only 2 of those are local, and so it was so fun to have a few of them get to come and get to spend that time together and really just kind of get face to face and connect with each of them, even if it was just for like an hour here or whatever, just to get to kind of like to be face to face and make those connections. It was awesome. That's not something that I have the freedom to do or the ability to do very often. And so I know we all have crazy busy schedules, but it was awesome to just get that FaceTime in and just get to talk and laugh and just enjoy being there together. Um, I loved the atmosphere of everything. It was like a family reunion. That's how I felt. Like it was just getting to see all these people that you've connected with online for months or years, and you know their name and not their face and not their voice. And so it was so fun to make those connections and get to just enjoy meeting everyone and even the people that we didn't know. I mean, there were so many thousands of people there, and to get to stand in line and introduce yourself and kind of share your young living experience and your story, and whether it was business related or just how you use your oils, just getting to connect with everyone and just hear their stories and be impacted by those things. It was awesome that wherever you were, even if you were in a long line at LSP, or if you were in line picking up product or whatever you were waiting on, there were always other people there with you that share your love for this company and these products, and they were just ready to jump in and be friends and share stories with you. And so it was so fun to meet so many different people from all over the country and all over the world, and I just loved kind of the family feel of it, that it just really felt like so comfortable, and just we were all able to enjoy it together. I loved that. Um, One of my favorite things was getting to meet and interact with and hear from lots of the kind of oily celebrities that I have watched, and watched their YouTube channels or Periscopes or different things like that for the last couple of years, and to get to hear from them directly and meet them and take pictures and just all those fun things. Getting to see everybody from LaDonna Beals to Adam Green, and Max and Karen Hopkins and Sarah Johnson, Monique McLean, and I mean, even getting to just experience being in the same room with Gary and Mary Young for the general sessions and stuff. That was so exciting, and to just get to really hear the heart of the company. It was just so much fun, and just so kind of eye opening to get to see all those things come together as one. So it was really really fun. One of my favorite things I got to do at convention was to go to a breakout session that Deborah Rayburn taught. If the name sounds familiar but you can't place it, it's probably because she is the author of Gentle Babies, and that's a resource that we've used a lot in the past. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick run through. I'm just going to kind of read from the notes that I took in her breakout session. And hopefully it will give you some insight as you move forward with your business. And everything that she had to say was so powerful and just so practical on so many levels. And so I'm just going to share with you what she shared with us at convention. So one thing that she said starting out was that your check is simply a measure of how many people you've helped. And I love that concept, to think of it that way. She told us there are only 17 Royal Crown diamonds, so there's room for plenty more with all of us. So one thing that she said was that, that really stuck with me was that you are constantly building your network. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're at your kid's soccer game, if you are at the doctor's office, wherever you are building a network with every person you meet. And so to just always be aware of that and how you're carrying yourself and to act professionally, because you never know where those connections are going to lead. She talked about that Young Living is really blessed in our business because we have unique consumable products that people come back for. Let's see, rules for success. These were rules for success that Deborah shared with us. Use your products daily. Have an ER order of 100 PV minimum and expect 300 PV from top people. Learn the products and learn the business. Don't just lean on one side or the other. Know both sides. This was something that I have to kind of laugh at because it really hit me hard. But she said that you should take your business seriously. And I think that for me, it's really easy to start, when I start to share with someone, or especially if it's a friend or a family member, and they kind of say, oh, so you sell these oils, and I kind of shrug it off a lot and think, oh yeah, kind of, I dabble in it, or you don't take ownership of it, or I don't take ownership of it. And so that's something that I'm really working on moving forward, is saying, yes, this is something that I'm doing. I'm intentional about it. This is my business. One thing Deborah said was, you are the CEO of your business, and so you should take it seriously. And so if I want to keep moving forward, then I have to do that. And so I loved that she was intentional about putting that out there, to really take yourself and your business seriously. To reach out and ask about business opportunities to current members, so that the people who are already in your organization, who are already on ER, who are placing regular orders and loving their product, reach out to those people and ask them if they're interested in having a class, or in bringing a few friends to meet for coffee, or whatever it may be. Let's see what's next. I loved this line that she gave, that she said that she sent out, I don't know if it was a card or an email, but I wrote down that she contacted a group of people in her downline and said, I'm looking for 10 people to partner with me in my business. And I thought that was such great verbiage, to reach out to people and to connect with them, so that it's not like, hey, I want you to do this and go out and have your own business, and they don't know what they're doing or what they're getting into, but it's 10 people to partner with you and to grow with you, and that you can learn alongside and build up and encourage each other. I loved that. These were some great tips that she laid out, to do what you want your team to do. Share, teach, enroll. Be sure you're following up. Go the places that you want your team to go. Be at convention. Visit the farms. Your members will do what you do. They'll do what they see modeled for them. You set the example and expectation for your leaders on your team. It's important to have a game plan. Deborah suggested that you always write it down. In this technology age, it's really easy to stick something in your phone calendar and think that you'll remember it. But there's something that happens when you physically write it down. She also said to take note that calendars are not planners. Get a planner and plan out what's going to happen next in your business. Review it daily, make it visible, and connect it to your why. Another thing under her game plan, she said it's important to set work hours. This is something that I'm going to be working on moving forward. Target a group of prospects. Make a list. Have a budget to invest in tools and things that you can use to grow your business. Know your own strengths and weaknesses, and be working on personal development as you grow. Keep track. I love our goal sheets that we have, to keep track of your monthly OGV, your monthly income, your rank goals, your growth, because sometimes month to month it can be difficult to see where you're growing. But if you can look back and see a year ago at this time, or 6 months ago at this time, how much your OGV has grown overall, or things like that, it makes it so much more exciting to be able to see, oh look, even if it's just seems small, there's still growth happening. This is still taking place, and we're still growing and experiencing this together. She talked about the SMART acronym. So S stands for, this is for goal setting, sorry. S stands for specific, M is for measurable, A is for achievable, R is for reasonable, and T is for time sensitive. And that was something that I hadn't heard before, but I actually heard it earlier today from one of the ULA guys on a Periscope. And so I don't know where the principle came from or who had it first, but that was something that Deborah shared that I loved about, goal setting and just making that tangible. Don't compare yourself to others. Let's see what else. Make connections when you're out, when you're just living your everyday life. Make connections with others, and whether, like I said before, you're at your kid's baseball game or soccer game or whatever, or whether you're at Target shopping, or making connections with people leads to friendship, and that can lead to business partners. And so just always be mindful of the way that you're carrying yourself. She talked about some different ideas for classes and ways to keep people engaged, like doing spa parties with all of the sampling of the skin products and things. So there's so many ideas out there like that. You guys are all geniuses in that department, so I know y'all have fun ideas for that. She talked about doing things with your builders to make sure that you stay engaged. Whether it's a monthly phone call to make sure to see how they're doing and how their team's doing and how they're feeling about things and how they want to move forward and what their goals are and things like that. She talked about doing something like that maybe monthly, or maybe if it fits you better, doing it quarterly. So just things like that, depending on what works well for the dynamic of the people on your team. And then she talked at the end a little bit about the importance of the follow-up. And this is probably one area that I wish that I would have focused more on in the beginning of building my business and my organization. But she said it's important to follow up, about a week after you meet, so around the time that they're going to get their kit, and then to do maybe a quarterly wellness checkup. Maybe do a spreadsheet and have their names on it so you can check off who you've called or who you've emailed or who you've texted to kind of check in and see how they're doing with their products, how they're feeling, if there's anything new they're interested in trying. That would be a great time if you have the option to do like scanning or things like that as well. Probably my favorite part of the presentation was that as she wrapped it up, we were only in there for an hour, and she just tried so hard to cram as much as she could in. And at the end of the presentation, as she was just kind of wrapping up, she just got really teary and started crying and just expressing how thankful she was for Young Living and how thankful she was that she stuck with it and that she listened to the Lord's direction in her life, and that just her empathy for all of us who are in this season of growth and just wanting to grow and desiring that, and just how much she wants that for all of us too, for us to be able to experience the provision and the growth that she's experienced. And so I just loved that so much. It was so sweet. So kind of to wrap up, I wanted to share a little bit about some of my favorite things that I brought home from convention. As a mom and a wife, I am still kind of geeking out over the excitement of the Thieves Laundry soap and the dish soap, which I love. I'm so excited about that. And they smell so good and they're working fantastic. I love them. Probably one of my very favorite things I picked up at convention is my Northern Lights Black Spruce. It smells so good, and it's just really grounding. It makes me feel calm and collected, and I love tree oils, so I was so excited about this one. And then the Cool Azul is another one that I am loving. It's one of my friends posted on Facebook this week that it's like deep relief in a gel. It's amazing. It is so soothing, and it's amazing. I love it. You should put it on your ER right now. And then lastly, definitely the adorable Kid Sense diffusers. Y'all, they're so cute. If you haven't had a chance to see them in person, talk to a friend or an upline or somebody who has one and just stop by and look at them because they're so cute. The output is awesome. My kids flipped out. They love theirs. My little boy is not even like a huge dinosaur kid, but he loves it. He was so excited. And the fact that like the the mist comes out of the volcano. They think they're the coolest thing. They're the coolest thing. And the lights change colors. And so it's amazing because for our kids, I don't know how your kids are, but my kids have to have a night light at night. And so it's great because we can put the diffusers in each of their rooms, and then it acts as a night light and a diffuser. And so you just get both benefits, and it simplifies. It's wonderful. We're loving them. They've worked so well. So it's like a double whammy because you get both. But definitely, start saving now, or go ahead and get your ticket for the 2016 convention in Utah, because we would love to have all of you there, just to enjoy and celebrate and fellowship. It was so much fun, and we just enjoyed it so much. And I hope that some of the things that I shared from Deborah's